Imagine pulling up to a traffic light in something that looks like a Range Rover had a wild night with a military amphibious vehicle and won the lottery. That's exactly what happens when you drive the Yangwang U8L. This is China's most expensive production SUV right now, priced at 1.68 million renminbi. That's roughly $235,000 before any taxes or shipping nightmares. Today I'm taking you on a full test drive of the beast that BYD's luxury brand Yangwang calls the U8 Luxury, or U8L for short. Buckle up, because this thing is insane. First, let's just stare at it for a second. The U8L is massive. It's 5,350 millimeters long, 2,100 millimeters wide, and sits on 22-inch wheels as standard. The design is unapologetically bold. Matrix LED headlights that look like angry dragon eyes. A full-width light bar up front. Gigantic air intakes that actually work. And those floating D-pillars that make it look like the roof is levitating. Open the door and you're hit with luxury that would make a Rolls-Royce Cullinan blush in certain areas. Nappa leather everywhere. Real wood trim. Alcantara headliner. For individual seats that massage, heat, and cool. The rear seats even have little fold-out footrests like you're on a private jet. But this isn't just a pretty cabin. This is a tech fortress. For 12.8-inch screens for the driver, co-driver, and both rear passengers. A 23-speaker Dynaudio system that will rattle your soul. Augmented reality head-up display spanning almost the entire windshield. And a fridge between the rear seats that can chill your champagne to exactly 5 degrees Celsius. Now let's start this monster. You don't turn a key. You don't even press a button. You just sit down, buckle up, and the car wakes up. Under the hood, well, there is no hood in the traditional sense. This is an extended-range plug-in hybrid, but not like any you've seen. For electric motors, one at each wheel. Total output, 1197 horsepower. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.6 seconds. For reference, that's faster than a Lamborghini Urus Performante. But here's the crazy part. There's also a 2.0-liter turbo petrol engine. It doesn't drive the wheels directly. It only charges the 49 kilowatt-hour blade battery. So you get electric torque instantly, but you never worry about range. BYD claims over 1,000 kilometers combined range. I've been driving it all day and the battery is still at 68%. Now let's move. The moment you press the accelerator, your internal organs shift backward. This 3.5-ton beast launches like a supercar. The air suspension rises up dramatically when you select off-road mode. Ground clearance goes from 230 millimeters to 350 millimeters in seconds. You can literally watch the car grow taller. Driving in the city is surreal. People stop and stare. Phones come out. Kids scream. Traffic literally parts like the Red Sea. The steering is surprisingly light for something this size. The turning circle is ridiculous thanks to the four-wheel steering and that wild tank turn function. Yes, you heard that right. Tank turn. Press a button, and the left wheels spin forward while the right wheels spin backward. The U8L literally pirouettes on the spot. I did it in a parking lot and people thought I was performing some kind of automotive ballet. Now let's talk about the real party trick. This thing floats. Not metaphorically. Literally floats on water. There's an emergency float mode. The car seals itself, raises the suspension to maximum height, switches to electric-only power, and turns the wheels into makeshift propellers. BYD claims it can float for 30 minutes and move at 3 kilometers per hour on water. I didn't test that today because I value my life, but the demo videos are absolutely wild. On the highway, this thing is eerily quiet. The petrol engine only kicks in when you really need it. Most of the time you're gliding in pure electric silence. The ride quality is exceptional. The intelligent air suspension reads the road 200 times per second and adjusts each wheel independently. Potholes? What potholes? You feel almost nothing. Even at 180 kilometers per hour, the cabin is library quiet. Now let's take it off-road. Because this is where the U8L stops being a luxury SUV and becomes something else entirely. There's a dedicated off-road mode with 12 different settings. Rock crawl, mud, sand, snow, you name it. The 4 electric motors give you torque vectoring that would make a G-Wagon cry. I took it up a 45-degree slope today. The car just laughed and kept climbing. There's even a feature where if you get stuck, the car can automatically rock itself free by pulsing the motors back and forth. And here's something insane. The U8L has a satellite communication system. If you're in the middle of the Gobi desert with zero cell signal, you can still call for help or send SOS messages via satellite. This isn't just an SUV. This is a survival pod on wheels. Back on pavement, the luxury returns. The seats are more comfortable than my living room sofa. The massage function has 10 different programs. I'm currently on Heavenly Cloud mode and I might never leave this car. The rear entertainment screens can mirror your phone, play games, or stream videos. There's even a karaoke function with professional-grade microphones. I tried singing and the car politely lowered the windows so passers-by could share my pain. Now, let's talk price again. 1.68 million renminbi. That's more expensive than a Bentley Bentayga in China. More expensive than a Lamborghini Urus. More expensive than pretty much everything except a Rolls-Royce. But here's the thing. They've already sold thousands. There's a 6-month waiting list. China's ultra-rich are snapping these up like hotcakes. Now, we need to shift gears a bit. Because everything I just told you is what BYD officially claims. But now we enter the rumor zone. And trust me, the rumors about the U8L are almost as wild as the car itself. Word on the Chinese forums is that Yangwang is already testing an even more extreme version. They're calling it the U8L Apocalypse Edition internally. Supposedly it will have 1500 horsepower. Supposedly it will have armored glass and run-flat tires. Some say it's being developed specifically for certain government clients who need something that can survive, let's say complicated situations. Maybe yes, maybe no. There's talk that the floating capability was actually developed because some very important customers in southern China kept flooding their garages during typhoon season. They wanted a car that could just drive out through the water. Is that true? Possibly. There are whispers that the tank turn function was originally banned by Chinese regulators because it was deemed too dangerous on public roads. But then someone very high up apparently made a phone call, and suddenly it was approved. Could that have happened? It's China. Anything is possible. Some people swear they've seen U8Ls with military plates driving around Beijing at 3 a.m. with blacked-out windows. Others say those are just rich kids who managed to get special plates. Hard to verify. There's a persistent rumor that the satellite communication system can do more than just emergency calls. That in certain versions, it allows direct communication with, let's say, interested parties even when all other networks are down. Sounds like conspiracy theory? Maybe. But this is the same company that built a car that can float, so who knows? People are saying the next version will have a drone that launches from the roof. A proper military-grade drone with thermal imaging that can scout ahead when you're off-road. Sounds ridiculous? BYD already showed a concept with that exact feature. So maybe not so ridiculous. There's talk that some U8L owners have discovered hidden menus in the software. Menus that let you adjust parameters that definitely shouldn't be adjustable by civilians. Suspension heights beyond the official maximum. Power outputs that exceed the published figures. Again, maybe people are just making this up. Or maybe not. The craziest rumor? That certain U8Ls have been delivered with a mysterious red button under the driver's seat. Nobody knows what it does. Some say it's a self-destruct mechanism. Some say it activates some kind of EMP protection. Most likely it's just a panic button that calls security. But in China, when billionaires are buying apocalypse-proof SUVs, you start to wonder. There are stories of U8Ls being shipped to the Middle East with desert-specific modifications. Bulletproof glass. Special sand filters. Even rumored mine-resistant flooring. BYD denies all of this, of course. But the cars keep getting delivered in unmarked containers. Maybe it's all marketing hype. Maybe China's elite really are preparing for something. Or maybe they just want the most over-the-top toy possible. Either way, the Yangwang U8L exists in this fascinating space between luxury statement and doomsday preparation. It's a car that says I've made it and I might need to escape through a river while being chased at the same time. And honestly? In 2025, that combination doesn't seem as crazy as it should. So here we are. I've been driving China's most expensive SUV all day. It's faster than supercars. More luxurious than most private jets. Capable of floating on water. And surrounded by rumors that would make James Bond raise an eyebrow. Is it worth $235,000? If you have to ask, you can't afford it anyway. But if you're the kind of person who buys a car that can do tank turns and float across lakes while sipping champagne in the back seat, then yes. This is probably the coolest vehicle on planet Earth right now. The Yangwang U8L isn't just an SUV. It's a statement. It's a fortress. It's a yacht on wheels. And whether the wildest rumors are true or not, the fact that we can even have this conversation in 2025 tells you everything you need to know about where automotive insanity is heading. China isn't just playing the game anymore. They're rewriting the entire rulebook. And the U8L? It's the opening chapter of something much, much bigger. Thanks for watching. If you want to see this beast in person, good luck getting one. They're sold out for the next year. But I'll keep driving mine until someone pries the keys from my cold, dead, champagne-cooled hands. See you in the next one. And who knows? Maybe next time I'll take it swimming.